my UUCP beloveds. We have been diligent and patient and careful for 2 years of this pandemic, and we have finally reached the metrics that we laid out in our reopening guidelines. We're out of the red zone, and we are continuing to decline in COVID cases. Now, of course, the CDC has changed the entire system now, where we're at moderate risk, and they say that we don't need to mask inside. We still think that that's a prudent thing to do. Based on our current situation, the guidelines that we set, the board, the minister, myself, and the staff, we are presenting the following guidelines for in-person and inside gathering. So first of all, this week we are opening the building for in-person small group gatherings starting this Sunday. The guidelines are for gathering are on Compass and our website, and there's a room reservation form. We're asking for you to adhere to the 2 out of 3 rule, which basically means pick any 2 out of the 3 that you want: masked, outside, or 3-foot distance. So if you are outside, then you can be unmasked and distanced. If you are inside, then you should be distanced and masked. So the exciting news is that we are going to be moving back inside our beloved sanctuary for in-person worship starting on March 27th. This is in addition to our streaming worship on Zoom and YouTube and Facebook, which we will be continuing. It is a special day. It's going to be our celebration Sunday after our stewardship Sunday, and it's going to be our Flower Communion Sunday, which is apt because this is when the flowers are blooming in Arizona. If you want to come in person, we are going to be masked inside unless somebody is speaking or singers up front. And we are capping the capacity at 100 people at a time. So we do have a form. We would love to know how many of you are planning to come so that we can decide whether we need 1 service or we need 2 services right away. If you could just take a second and fill that out, that would be great. That means we've still got 2 services that we're going to be outside. That's this Sunday. And next week, it's going to be very exciting because it's our Pet Blessing Sunday. It may be the coolest one ever because you can bring your pets outside, or you can participate in Zoom at home in their very comfortable home. Both of them your pets may very much enjoy. Also, starting this Sunday, if you attend in person and outside, you can choose not to mask if you wish. As long as you're further than 3 feet away from others, some of you have been gathering in the shade real close to each other, but if you are keeping a little bit of distance, you can choose to be unmasked if you wish. So here's what I know, is that we know that everything of this can change, and we will make our changes and our responses deliberately, adjusting as we go along and following the science. I know that a lot of you have had a lot of different emotions about us being closed and online for these 2 years. It has been hard. But I also want to acknowledge that we've heard from many of you how proud you have been of our community, that we have been on the side of caution and community care, not just individual care, but our community and the larger community. We will continue to look at all of this from the perspective of those who are most marginalized, living into our mission of being radically inclusive. We're going to need to practice that inclusivity as we decide in our small groups and our large groups when to meet, how to meet, and where. And I encourage you to be open to knowing and curious even about knowing that people will be in different places than you are regarding their personal safety and their feelings about consent. Please practice radical consent deliberately and compassionately. I truly hope that we are turning a corner and going into whatever this new normal might be. I look forward to co-creating that with you, worshiping with you in all of the ways that we can do it, and continually to building a community for our time. I give you much gratitude and more affection than you may ever know. Thank you. and be well.